Genre cinematography, urban crime dramas as shown through the lens of the Safdie Brothers. In this video essay, I'll be analysing how the cinematography of urban crime dramas defines it as a unique genre, and how this can be seen in three of the Safdie Brothers films, Heaven Knows What, Good Time, and Uncut Gems. I'll be breaking down the cinematography, comparing the similarities and differences, whilst analysing how it establishes the genre of an urban crime drama. But what is an urban crime drama? They've changed a lot over the years, with different subgenres and styles being created. In the 1970s, urban crime dramas came in the form of mafia films like The Godfather that explored the lives of suave career criminals. This changed in the 1990s when US inner cities were experiencing higher crime rates. There was a wave of urban crime dramas that told meaningful stories with a much more bleak, realistic and grounded tone. Films such as Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, and American History X were all successful social commentaries that explored the harsh realities of crime. We see this trend continue into the new century with the Safdie Brothers filmography. Joshua and Benjamin Safdie are independent directors who often collaborate on projects together. Born and raised in New York, they have been constantly surrounded by the bustle of the city and have become very skilled at translating the urban environment onto film, utilising this in their work, which focuses on the gritty underbelly of the city. The Safdie brothers succeed in making their urban crime dramas stand out because of their realism and intricately crafted characters. Through their use of cinematography, they help the audience to relate to unfamiliar situations and characters whilst being in the familiar backdrop of New York. The Safdie brothers' 2014 film, Heaven Knows What, does exactly this with its cinematography. The film is based on the real-life stories from the book Mad Love in New York City, written by the lead actress Arielle Holmes, following her life as a homeless heroin addict. The Safdie brothers brought on Sean Price Williams as cinematographer for the project. The film was shot over the course of 2 weeks on a very low budget, where the entire crew worked for free.
I mean, how long does it take to walk from McDonald's?
This, Maynard, which McDonald's?
Right there, that McDonald's. The one right there, like, you know the McDonald's
right
on
over there?
70th Street is like...
Where are you going? Ollie!
This clip opens with a conversation that has been shot using a long lens from a distance, leaving the depth of field quite high. The conversation consists of close-ups and medium close-ups that are being reframed as the sequence continues. This, combined with the use of natural lighting and having the camera resting on the tripod, makes the sequence look almost like a documentary. This realism is again enforced in the next shot, a wide shot showing the group together. Having also been shot on a long lens, it increases the sense of realism. It makes the audience feel like they could see this same situation while walking down the street. Another thing to note is the quick cuts that accompany the jumpy, erratic movements of the heroin addict. Here we see the cinematography reflecting the behaviours of the characters, thus helping the audience to better understand them. The next shot is a mid-shot of the protagonist, tracking her as she runs, but the shot is interrupted by trees and cars. This decision to have the character blocked by everyday objects makes the camera feel like it's at street level and brings the audience into the world of the film. The city is pushing its way into the film, and the reality of the world of these characters is being displayed. Finally, we have this high shot of the protagonist running that looks as if it could be a point of view of a stranger looking out of their window. This shot also connotes the feeling of being small and alone that run as a theme for the main character. She looks like prey beneath the view of a predatory camera. Overall, the clip showcases the realism that Sean Price Williams wanted to establish with his cinematography, but it also shows that the character's feelings and mood are well understood, as the shots help to reinforce what the story offers the audience, therefore making the film stand out as a successful urban crime drama, as not only do the characters seem real, but the audience is made to understand and relate to them through the cinematography. Good Time was the next film from the Safdie brothers and was critically well received, even being selected to compete for the Palme d'Or in the 2017 Cannes Film Festival's main competition. The film follows two brothers after an unsuccessful bank robbery, where one must find a way to get the other out of jail. Sean Price Williams returns to his role as cinematographer, shooting on 2perf 35mm and using LED lights in order to get a grainy feel while still having bright, vibrant colours throughout.
Nick, come here. Stay with me.
Where'd he go?
Where are you?
Is he at the bank?
You're circling around. I'm on the corner. I'm on the corner where you dropped me off. You gotta get back here right now. I'm outside the Mango Rico. Yes.
The clip shows the brothers waiting for their getaway ride after completing the bank robbery, where tensions are very high. The opening shot is a close-up, shot handheld using a long lens to give depth to the shot. The close-up forces the audience into the stressful environment, making them uncomfortable, because intimate space is the distance of both lovemaking and murder. Having the camera handheld only elevates this, as it makes the shot shaky and more uncomfortable. The camera follows the character's head as he turns frantically looking around, mirroring his actions. Also, by using their long lens, the characters are separated from the rest of the world. They are completely focused on the task at hand, and therefore the background is blurred. This then changes when we get a long shot of both characters standing on the corner of the street. Traffic moves in front of the camera, obscuring the characters. The camera is stationary. Having been shot on a tripod, it creates the look of a documentary. This is a stark difference from the previous shot, where we were intimately sharing the tension of the characters. Now we have the perspective of a passerby, looking at the brothers from a distance. This heightens the realism of the scene, and thus makes the tension feel more real. So when in the next shot we are back to the shaky close-up, the audience is even more aware of the character's stressful situation. These shot choices show an improvement in the cinematography in good time compared to heaven knows what. The realism is still present, however the other shots that focus on character are much more thought-out displays of emotion that help to establish the film in the urban crime drama genre. Everything still feels very real, but the cinematography is enhancing the character's emotions better, and therefore the audience has a reason to care about the tension on screen even more. Finally, we look at the Safdie Brothers' most recent film, Uncut Gems, which was released in 2019. They welcomed Darius Khondji as cinematographer onto the project, having previously worked on films such as Seven and Midnight in Paris. He worked very closely with the Safdie Brothers in order to get the right aesthetic for the film, which was that of a vibrant, high-contrast 80s movie.
Shake your hand, but I know where it's been. Look at this. It's Kevin Garnett's 2008 championship ring.
Championship ring?
Championship ring, 2008.
All right, you want to pawn it or you want to sell it?
I want to pawn it.
Let me take a quick look at it.
Right. Okay, I don't know what you're looking for. Okay? That was just on his fucking finger.
It's single cut,
right.
You know, Howie. It's single cut. It's not even full cut.
You talk to the fucking league.
The first shot is a high angle looking down on the character through a window as if it was a CCTV camera. This shot raises tension in the scene, as at this point the character is being followed by debt collectors. Therefore, the high angle above the character makes him appear vulnerable and as if he is being watched. As the conversation occurs, the camera quickly cuts between the characters, matching the fast pace of the Diamond District. These shots are all close-ups, and the framing of the characters is often very tight, making the scene feel uncomfortable and cramped. While researching lenses for the film, the Safdie brothers fell in love with anamorphic lenses, and from then on Khondji said, "The normal lens for us was like a 75 anamorphic." During the conversation, we see the anamorphic lens come to play. The shot is wide, and yet the characters stand out on screen. This decision was because of the presence of the actors on screen that you get when shooting with anamorphic lenses. The change of cinematographer can be noticed when comparing this film to the earlier work of Williams. Though the cinematography shares many similarities in terms of building up realism, Uncut Gems does a better job at defining itself as an urban crime drama because of this emphasis on character. At its core, an urban crime drama relies on an urban setting, criminal activities, and interesting characters. The city is ever present in the cinematography of the Safdie brothers, whether that be the city pushing its way into the frame or the constant close-ups and deep focus that make the audience feel cramped. The pressure and tension that accompanies crime is implied to the audience through the use of high angles and tight framing, but more than anything else, the focus is on the characters. The lens choice, framing, and camera motivation is always prioritizing the characters' emotions, and therefore the audience can emphasize better with them. Thus, the realistic worlds the Safdie brothers create feel so much more tense and suspenseful because the audience is constantly being reminded of why they should care: the characters.